Yeah.
Right there.
So the big white church house was right here. Right there. Now this is now different. But yeah. So Rose Perry used to live right here. My cousin Rose.
No, Kathy.
Oh, where did Rose live?
Daughter.
Oh, my bad. Okay, erase that. That was Kathy Perry and James and Pluky and them used to live there. And then Donna Dress Flat lived here.
It's a big house sit there, the corner.
This is where the Toms live?
Yeah.
Oh, MG. Okay, Ernestine and Mr. June them used to live here. What a difference they changed that house. And they took out a yard. They used to keep an immaculate yard. For real? Why it look like it's not much yard there? Wow. So different. And then, yeah, I remember all of that. Okay, Matt's shoe store used to be right
there.
Lord have mercy. So where's the branch? In that branch? Okay, so Matt's was behind the. Okay.
Dinosaur.
Matt's. And then there used to be apartments right here, but they're torn down.
There used to be a store.
And Ted Wood's grocery store was right here, right in this spot. Okay, so right here there was a. You see that little hill going up there? That was actually some steps to go there, and back there we lived.
Right there.
Oh Lord, I am so confused. Okay, all that has grown up. Okay, where are the steps?
Right here.
Okay, so right in here was the step. I should have turned in here and walk up. Yeah.
You by yourself on that.
Oh, we can't walk up there. Okay. All right. Well, we better keep driving. Okay, so through these trees was some steps, and Ted Wood's store was right here. This little spot right there. That was Ted Wood's store. From here, you go up there, which is closed in with brushes of trees. There was some steps. The steps led up to Reed's place, where now is a highway that runs through there some kind of way. And that is where we used to live. But then we moved from Reed's place up to where these brushes are. And behind these brushes is the house that I grew up in, from the Head Start through middle school. Head Start to middle school, we stayed.
No.
High school.
High school.
Yeah, Head Start to high school. We lived in this house, and I'll show you more of that house once we get around that way. Oh, yeah. So over here, wow. Back there where it says bump, that sign, that was all a Bantam Chef and a store,
Martin
convenience store. And then we had other homes.
Bert Ward.
Bert Ward lived in the yellow house. And then the white house, wait a minute, Miss Sheridan lived in this house.
With the fence.
I don't know who lived there.
The Dawkins.
Okay.
One of them Dawkins stayed
One
in
of the
that
Dawkins
house.
lived in this house.
Remember that was the store too, the packet. What was that store?
Yeah. Second pack.
Rem DeVoe and
Mr. Rem Giles store. Yeah. That store, all of that was a store. It was two
also Tasty.
parts.
Wasn't Tasty Tea right there?
It was down there, sure was. It was down there by probably where those cars are. Tasty Tea used to be down there. That's where the Bantam Chef was.
Yeah, Tea was right at the corner. Tasty Tea was down there too.
And then it moved up to Klein
moved
Street.
Up there on Klein Street.
Yeah, we would go and get the Yep. We had choices between going to the Bantam Chef, or going to the movies, or going to Toy Store on Sundays. And this was the laundromat over there. over there. Right here is the house I grew up in. Right here. It was a big old white house back then with a wraparound porch. And then, yes, this was our house. 309 Sutter Street. Never forget that address. And then here, the Borkins lived there. And they tore this, I see they tore this house down. And then,
Right here.
and then the Dawkins used to live over there. And the Weber.
Two of them, Marvin
Yeah.
and Leroy.
And they're actually all torn down now. Nothing but a lot. And then Cherries. Didn't the Cherries live right there? Cherries. And then here is Miss Holmesley's. They used to live here. The Holmesleys lived there. And mind you all, and the Spites lived here. Wait a minute, the Spites lived there. Oh, the Toms.
They live right there at the light.
They stayed up there.
And then the Spites lived in this house over here, right there. We used to go up there. And then
That was a store.
where that bar is, it was a road where you can go down, and that's called Wilson Street. So we're gonna have to make a round another way to get there. Here another Hopper, Miss Hopper. The Hoppers lived in this.
Miss Lee.
Lee.
Miss Lee.
Oh, Miss Lee. Why do I want to call her Miss Hopper? Okay, Miss Lee lived here in this house.
Can't remember who I was.
Okay.
Right
And then there was a lot of homes here. And there was a house here too, wasn't it?
in here. Peelers, which house?
They stayed in the corner house, right?
Stacy stayed in a red house. On
All
this
of
side.
that, I tell you.
All that was houses.
All that used to be houses.
And all this was houses.
And all
Back
of
there where
this
that building, there was a big hole.
were houses. So it's nothing but land now. Land that will soon be developed, I'm sure. Yeah, Stacy used to live over here somewhere, where them steps, and Miss the Morrows lived back there, and the Wades lived back there in that house. This used to be the space store and service station where we would stop for on our way to Shelby Junior High School. That was a part of our walk to school. And you can turn right. You know what? I didn't realize I'm gonna have to do a two-parter. I can't. Woo-wee. Yes. So we can head towards
That was the Allen's
I need to
refrigeration.
get me a
when they
minute of
church.
rest.
We used to get boxes and make playhouses.
Wow.
You want to go down this way?
Okay.
This is Kendall's.
Yeah.
Kendall Alley.
Kinder Alley, Kinder Street. Okay. This is all new. Now, a bus station used to be up right here.
Right
Where was the bus station?
here for the Boy Scout.
Oh, okay.
All this was houses.
Girl, you know what? I am gonna have to do so many parters. I did not
Right
realize
here where I was.
it was gonna be
Right
that
in
much.
there where the store was there.
The toy store.
Yeah.
Yes,
My
this is.
rings stayed out through there.
Wow.
Then, the body shop.
Yes.
The church.
Yes, this is how we used to travel going to on our daily, especially weekends. We would have to walk through there to get to. Is this the
This was Miss Jones' house.
Miss Jones? Yes, she lived here. She was a school teacher as well. My first grade teacher, who I thought was very, very mean.
Nice.
But she was actually nice.
Yeah, I didn't know they had.
I went to her house. She had goldfish.
There was a store right up there behind.
Mr. Bass house
Store,
right
yeah.
there on the end. The Basses.
Right, there to go to Reed's place.
There
Store.
was a store. It's no longer there, right? All that's empty. And this was the Hoppers or the
That's the.
That was the pass.
oh the
That's the
Pass.
bass.
Bass and Pass. And now we get ready. Before the Hoppers, I want to say this was the doctor's office. Okay, and this was the doctor's office. Dr. Edwards. Dr. Edwards. It was right here. And ooh, that cat scared me. And this was Cousin Carrie's house. It was a big house behind her house that she, yeah, and Deb lived there. But before that, it was her butler's house. She had butlers and maids, and they lived in the big house behind this house. But that was our cousin Carrie Carpenter. She didn't get out of bed. She had to have a nurse, and she was a housemaid. Wasn't she? She was something. I can't remember who lived here.
Brown. Mr. Brown and this house though.
Oh, I don't remember who stayed in these.
And then all this poor toy store. That was our traveling ground. It was a big old. What happened to that church, y'all?
It's over there on Rock.
I thought the church was on. No, but where was it?
Right back there. Is that the store? Is it still there?
The store, toy store.
I see a little building right like the back of it. Right there.
Okay, toy store still there. That little white building that you see through the woods. That used to be what we call a toy store. And we go in there and we get our 2 for a penny cookies and all the good stuff. And what I remember when I smelled the smell of kerosene was toy store. It always smelled like they had a big kerosene heater in the middle, and
That was the hall.
that aroma always made me think of that. So this was old
This is Hall Hill.
Hall Hill, okay.
Back in there.
It was Hall Hill.
Yeah.
This was houses all up through there and back through there. That's where the book magazine was at.
Okay.
Back up in there.
Wow. And so now it's the oil company. Oil company took all of that. It did get bigger, didn't it? Because it wasn't that big back in the day. And all these houses. Where was the Peacock?
The Peacock was right there at the hill, wasn't it? Right there where the church is.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yes, that's right. Okay, you came down this hill.
House, right
And
there.
they, okay, that was,
Miss Wayne was Mr. Epps Club.
okay, this was, can't miss out on the Elks. Everybody went to the Elks Club. Every generation in my family had its time with the Elks. At the Elks. Tootie and Alberta, and Beatrice, let's think about them. Sunday night, about this time, we'd be like, okay, y'all, we gotta finish eating, and we're going to the Elks. Going to the Elks tonight.
Peacock was all right there.
Okay, so part of this highway was the Peacock, and the church over there was, was that always Wardell Church?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, part of this highway is the Peacock.
But before the Elks was over here,
For Dr. Oh, okay. So, you got it. No way. Sorry. Okay, and this is Wardell Chapel Church. Oh, so that used to be the Elks Club at one point in time. She said. I know this.
That was.
That's one place they kept up pretty good.
Big house. And then
Oh,
Johnson
okay.
stayed in there.
Now, Miss whatchamacallit store, right here. Miss Juanita, was it Juanita?
Right behind.
What was it? Miss
Juanita was toy store.
Toy Store. What was
Right in here where the coal yard was in.
Denise and grandma's name? Miss Johnson.
Miss Johnson.
Yeah, you could buy candy from her.
Miss Letitia, see that? She
Yeah. Oh, that's. Oh gosh. Oh my goodness. The counselors.
Yeah, that was it. That house.
Yeah, that house. Okay. Wow. So we back here at Sim's store now. It used to be Baps service station, and this was the main point of where you could find everybody, Carolina Avenue. By the way, many many people have come through this way. Many groups, a lot of professional groups have come through Carolina Avenue and entertained. I'm going on up here. And that again is Airline Avenue over there where we just passed there. Some of Scott grew up over there on that. He was born over there or something like that.
Stevens.
Yeah, and Bayliner. I'm sorry, I said Bernhardt, but it's Bayliner. It turned into Bayliner. And then this used to be Enlow's house, but they tore it down. Mr. Enlow's house. Yeah, and then Miss Gleaves, who some of the educators live here. Mr. Matt, okay.
The Gleaves stayed in that
The
block
brick house, yeah.
Scotch.
Okay, and Scott Bonner, he was did high school in this street right here called Booker Street. But this was the house right here. Where is it? All these houses torn down. They tore down the house where Dale lived, right? Okay, so actually this house Scott grew up. For a minute.
Is it this one or they tore
Maybe
it
they
down?
tore it down. Yeah, they tore it down because he wasn't on the corner. They tore down his
So that
spot.
was the one in the middle.
Yeah. It was made just like our house on Sutter Street. All of that is considered Booker Street. So all this is, I forget the name of this street.
What is the name of this street? Is this part of Frederick? I don't even know.
I never knew what this street was. I never traveled.
One of them stayed there. The woman worked at Chef Cafe.
And this is a barbershop of our day growing up. It's called Fresh Cuts. Yeah, George Borders. He owned this shop, and then the beauty shop was on the side. What was that?
Golden Comb.
Golden Comb. And wasn't there Borders that? What was her name? She owned that.
Marble.
Miss
But
Marble.
she was a Borders before she married.
Okay.
She was a Brown.
And then this used to be Woodford Temple.
Yeah.
That church. Right there. Church. Yeah. And this is Frederick Street, which we thought was the longest street in the world and biggest street. A lot of houses was on this street. Oh, the Browns, I forgot to show.
They stayed right there.
And this is a fire department, right? That's the fire department. So that is that. And we'll do our street. Okay. And we're back. Back where we started from, Grover Street. Grover Street leads us to the hospital every time. And part 2 will come soon.